Okay. Go.
This is a multimeter. It's called a multimeter because you can check multiple electric or electrical components or circuits with it. In order to use a multimeter, you have test leads. You have a red and a black test lead. In using a multimeter, you put the black test lead in the common plug. You put the red test lead in the one that says volts, ohms, milliamps, or in the one that says 10 amp on this multimeter. The first thing I'll show you how to check is voltage. To check AC voltage, that little symbol above the V that it looks like a sine wave signifies AC, alternating current. And if you want to check household current, move it to 200, which you can check household current with. Insert the leads into your household socket, doesn't matter which side, and that'll give you your AC current value. Should be in the neighborhood of 110 to 120 volts. The other thing you check, other voltage you check is DC voltage, direct current, and you have to determine what approximately the voltage that's going to be in your circuit. If you're not sure, you can start out high to be safe, although overranging it will not hurt the multimeter, but you can start out high and move low and find the correct range for your checking your DC voltage. Another feature, another thing you can check with your multimeter is resistance, ohms of resistance. There's the symbol for ohms. You can check multiple levels of resistance. One of the things you can do to test your multimeter and make sure that it's functioning properly is turn it to something in the ohms range and then cross the leads, and you should get 0 ohms. This shows a tiny bit of resistance in your leads, but there should be basically no resistance in this direct connection like this. We were talking about one of the functions of the multimeter, ohms, and it's used to measure resistance in like either a resistor in circuits. It can be used for troubleshooting. For instance, if you want to find out if a component is good or bad, you can check the resistance across it, and if it's showing no resist or showing a high resistance, then it may be a bad light bulb or a bad wire or something like that in your circuit. The next thing we'll look at is amps and amps, which is just current flow in a circuit. If you're testing something, unless you're pretty sure you know the amps, then it would be a good idea to start out in the highest range that you have testing, and then when you confirm that it's well, for instance, on this multimeter you've got a 10 amp connection and a 200 milliamp connection, and if you know that it's, after plug it into your 10 amp, that it's less than 200 milliamps, then you can move back to your 200 milliamp connection and check your current flow. And of course you've got different ranges that you can use in your for different amounts of current. One of the things that you need to understand is when you're checking voltage, you check voltage parallel to a circuit. When you check amperage, you have to be in series with the circuit. In other words, the multimeter actually becomes a component in the circuit. So that's how you can tell the difference in what you need to check on that. When you're checking resistance, you're also in the circuit with the component that you're checking. Although usually it's just a single component or something like that when you're checking resistance. And that's pretty well the basic functions of a multimeter.